type of shit happen every day. All them a go and them a suffer than clear.
And in several districts, the majority of students expelled were under the age of 16. Last but not least, and this is very striking, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourselves. African American youth account for 16% of all youth, but account for also 28% of all juvenile arrests, 35% of all youth waived to adult criminal court, and 58% of youth admitted to state penitentiary or state prison. Taking these things into consideration, you cannot tell me that there is no such thing as systematic or institutional racism. More importantly than that, those are the children of the future, and they are going to jail. They are not going to school. They are not going to college. Thank you.
We will not be silent!
We will not be silent!
None of them have the guts to rise it and spread. None of them have the guts to bust the escape.
Racism is real, get real!
Racism is real, get real!
Racism is real, get real!
Racism is real,
Binghamton University, it's a great place to be and all that. Hello? But if we ever walk down the street or you're ever going to your home and someone calls you a name like a nigger, a spick, a chink, or anything like that, you tell your administrators that this injustice need not be. Yeah!
Why haven't you learned anything?
Man, that school shit is a joke. The same people who control the school system control the prison system and the whole social system ever since slavery. You know what I'm saying?
About America and democracy.
Everyone, I'm a second-year sociology student, but nevertheless, I came here last year, and I got involved fighting against NY SUNY 2020. So all of SUNY's budget has been cut by 30%. That means less facilities, less money to spend on students, less subsidies, less everything. In the meantime, tuition is going up. What do you guys think about that? Since 1999, student debt nationwide has gone over 570%, from about approximately $160 billion to over $1 trillion. That's almost a six-fold jump in about 14 years.
The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable.
Now tell me something. How many of you think that NYU is an affordable model?
No!
Is that public education?
No!
Is that equality for all?
No!
Instead of helping students decrease their debt, this administration is forcing increased debt on us, especially for low-income students. Exactly. Instead of building affordable housing, they build opulent, expensive dorms. And then they force a Sodexo monopoly on us with high food prices. And then on top of it all, they are raising tuition. By the end of the 2020 plan, tuition will cost $6,000 more over 4 years than it did at the beginning. And that's not including fees. And we all know about those fees. It's our future too! It's our future too! Whose school? Our school! We will not be silent!
We will not be silent!
The title of this little speech is The Fight Has Just Begun, right? We'll end this capitalist system that drives on exploitation and domination. This is a system that separates us and isolates us. In separation and isolations, we're being turned into the figures of unpaid interns, housewives, criminals, prisoners, and the chronically unemployed.
we work in isolations and we live in isolations. And because we work and live in isolations, our life, our time, and our space is being controlled by these systems.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
Within these systems, students are not recognized as workers. In classrooms, in dorms, in dining halls, we are being trained to become workers and good citizens. But we must draw a line between training and thinking. Training must be paid for, and thinking must be free. We are the working people, but as working people, we are being separated as different races, sexes, cultural identities, or ethnicities. We say no to separations. We demand equal rights for all working people. We say no to Sunni 2020s. We also say no to employer sanctions that turn us into criminals. We must control our life and our space and our time.
Again, thank you all for your presence here. Please continue to be indignant to oppression and maladjusted to injustice. That means you can't get used to being called a nigger, a chink, whatever the hell it may be. You must never get used to that. It's never okay, or you know what, hey, you know, move on with. No, you'll be indignant. That will not be stood for. We also would like to announce that the Confronting Racism Coordinating Committee has been completed. And now we are reorganizing ourselves as the Social Structural Inequality Combating Coordinating Committee. I know it's long, but it's SSICC. All right? All right. We are no longer going to fight on one front, but as someone else said back in the day, on all fronts. All right? Every single front. Whether it's an environmental issue, we're going to fight. Whether it's a racism issue, we're going to fight. Whether it's a sexism issue, we're going to fight. Whether it's a religious intolerance thing, we will fight. Whether it's a homophobic injustice, we will fight. On all fronts. All right? We are in this all together. Now, a luta continua, the struggle continues!